What is up, guys? It's Fernando back with another video. Today we'll be doing my SmackDown review for the July 31st episode. Again, another go-home episode that just doesn't seem to hit the nail on the head. Like WWE over the past several years, every one of their go-home shows has just been lackluster. It's just like not gave it that final push, that final hype that we need for the PLE. And again, this episode failed to do that. We had some good spots. We had some good wrestling, some nice promos. But at the end of the day, for the heavy hitters, for the main events, for all the matches, it just didn't add enough. It just wasn't enough. I'm just disappointed. Hopefully, we at least get a good show tomorrow. But let's talk about this one, so let's get into it. We start the show off with a Finn Balor promo, which I'm glad we got. So he comes to the ring and he says he's basically worked his way back after 10 years, and he's finally back in the spot that he wants to be. A match for the number one contender to be the undisputed WWE champion. And then he, pretty much a few minutes into his promo, Sami Zayn comes out, and Sami Zayn's character work was great. The stuff he was able to say, the promo he cut, again, he came out and he ragged on Cody and CM Punk for being the poster boys, that WWE's happy that they're in the match. And he goes on and on and on. He eventually begins to kind of disrespect Finn Balor, say that he's been there 10 years, maybe it just wasn't meant to be, essentially telling him to give up and that he should take a hint. And obviously, he goes on and he says that he was screwed over by CM Punk, this and that he just yells justice for Sami, and he got exactly what the reaction that he wanted from the crowd. The crowd was booing him. They were yelling, Sami sucks. Fantastic work by Sami Zayn. He has everyone in the palm of his hands, and he says that he's not going to fight Finn Balor in the ring because he is the last real good guy. And that was just an excellent way to end the promo. And again, Finn Balor takes shots at Sami Zayn, saying that he had the title for one day, but he lost due to injury, and Sami just lost it because he lost. Which was a great back and forth between two people that really had no other prior interactions to add some hype to a SummerSlam match. And I thought it did a really good job. But inevitably, it comes. Gunther comes out and attacks both, which I thought was weird. He has nothing. I get that those two are fighting for the number one contendership, and then Gunther wanted to be in the match at SummerSlam, but they all lost a match that he wasn't able, that they didn't get into. They were both able to get into that match. And anyways, Nick Aldis comes out and attacks Gunther. I thought that was really dumb how they involved Gunther in there. I get that they're all intertwined in the main event scene, but he just didn't belong. This was more of the fact that they're trying to get that last little grudge, that last little physical altercation between Gunther and Nick Aldis. But to start the show, I was impressed with the work of Finn Balor and Sami Zayn, and then obviously the progression and the last bit of storytelling for Gunther and Nick Aldis. And then we get to a tag team match between Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green versus the Baddies Michin and B-Fab. And this match was real quick, a distraction from Jade Cargill. They do their new tandem tag, the BTA, whatever the hell that's called. They end up pinning Chelsea Green in a quick tag match. Again, this was stupid. Like, you're trying to build hype for the SummerSlam match, right? You have two irrelevant bums here in Michin and B-Fab who have just been complete sideline background characters and get no reaction at all. You have the United States Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton, and Chelsea Green, one of the most over acts in all of WWE, who are both in the SummerSlam match, and you have them lose. Like, what? For what reason? For what reason did neither of them need to take a pin? That would just blew my mind. But then we get Charlotte Flair comes to the ring, and they end up all battling out on the outside, and Charlotte Flair gets the upper hand on Jade Cargill. They're going to continue that feud down the line. Charlotte's probably going to win the ladder match, but again, a stupid decision here. Irrelevant. The fact that they even did this was just dumb. And then we have the title for title match between the tag team champions, R-Truth and Damian Priest, versus the War Raiders, who are the AAA Tag Team Champions. The match was real physical from the start. They go back and forth, and they end up both shoving the referee. Both teams getting disqualified. They battle out through the crowd, and I didn't mind the ending because if you're gonna have the AAA champions lose their titles, do that in AAA. They already said Damian Priest is gonna be in AAA. If you don't watch AAA, Damian Priest is gonna be in AAA. They had him come out at AAA, so he's gonna be a staple there. So if you're gonna have them change titles, go do that in AAA. So I wasn't too mad with the decision to have a DQ, but then you just throw the MFTs, who are now being managed by Haku. Like I don't care. You could throw anything you want with the MFTs. As soon as that came out, it ruined the whole story. I get that they're a tag team, but there's no charisma. There's nothing to do with the MFTs. There's no entice that they can bring. There's no entertainment they can bring. So that was stupid. And then we get Trick Williams and Baron Corbin. They're essentially a face-to-face off. Trick Williams comes out, cuts a promo, and he says that he wants to fight right now in Wisconsin. He calls out Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin comes to the ring. He calls him a rookie, says that he's going to cause Trick Williams pain, and then Trick Williams just goes on a rant with all his cool words, saying how he's going to whoop his trick. He's going to shove his boot right up Baron Corbin's ass, and he got the crowd, working the crowd real nice. It was an okay segment. Again, for a match that they just said, you know what, we're going to just throw it on, not even going to tell the people. It's going to be a post-show. It's going to be on, we're going to announce this after SmackDown goes off the air last week. I feel like they did a fairly good job of a war of words, and these two were able to get a little bit of hype, a little bit of a grudge match. They seemed like they really hated each other. Baron Corbin's obviously playing the heel role. He plays that real well. So I'm intrigued to see where that takes him post SummerSlam. If he wins the title, where he goes from there. If he loses, is he going to be able to recover? And then obviously Trick Williams got everybody hype. So I thought this was a nice little addition to this feud. A little last ditch effort by WWE to have some hype with these two. And then we get Rey Fenix versus JD McDonough. This match was made in the back. Dominic Mysterio and JD were looking for Danhausen. They run into Rey Fenix. They call each other out, and then we get a match for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship. It was a fun match. With Rey Fenix, you're always going to see moves that you've never seen in your life before. High flying, lucha libre style, and then you have JD McDonough who's willing to die in the ring. He is willing to put his body on the line. He's crazy, and he can straight up go. The match goes on. Like I said, fun. Dom is distracted. Distracts Rey Fenix multiple times. He eventually gets thrown out by the referee, and as he's leaving, Danhausen comes out. Dominic attempts to punch him, and then the Mini-Hausens take out Dominic Mysterio. They go into the backstage area, and then we have a Mexican muscle buster by Rey Fenix to pick up a victory over JD McDonough. Again, a great match. Nothing to do with SummerSlam, obviously. They're saving their stars. They don't want to. I think WWE just doesn't like to put their stars on the previous weeks. They don't want to risk any injury in any of their big stars or main events or anything. Any match on the card, they don't want to risk it. So they kind of just throw random matches for the sake of matches. But at least they were able to put on some entertaining matches. And every time Rey Fenix leaves the ring, every time one of his matches is over, the whole crowd is standing up and clapping. So I give them credit here. Again, not too much to go off of, but great wrestling. And then near the end of the show, we have Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. We have an OG rock package, a rock music package that really adds to the hype of their match. Like I've said a million times, I have no idea why WWE decided to completely do away with this. Like, if there's a blood feud, if you have people who actually hate each other, or even for a title, it's good to have one of these packages because just the music behind the history of them fighting, behind the words that they say to each other, the music in the background just adds just more to it. It adds more oomph. It adds more meaning. It makes it feel more serious and more grand, like it's on a bigger stage. So I'm glad they did that. And obviously, this is the main event of the whole entire show, of night 2. So this promo package itself kind of really set it, the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins a little bit over the edge. Again, I feel like their rivalry, their feud this time around hasn't been what I thought it would live up to. I really thought they were going to go deeper into each other, cut deeper, but they haven't seemed to do that. But at least they threw this in there to really add to that. Unlike the ending of this show, which is atrocious. But before we get to that, we have Lash Legend versus Julia Burial. We have a 2-minute match. Lash Legend does a cool reversal, pins Julia, and she qualifies for the women's interim WWE Championship ladder match tomorrow at SummerSlam. But then, like I said, we're going to get to this Cody Rhodes and CM Punk feud. As Cody Rhodes makes his entrance, CM Punk's music hits, and he interrupts him right before Cody Rhodes hits his whoa. And we get to the ring, and these two start jawing. I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to go. These two are going to go to battle on the mic. They're going to say some personal shit. They're going to go at it one-on-one. I couldn't wait. I could see the look in their faces. I could see it. I could really, really feel it. I could see it. And they begin to go. They do their whole, what do you want to talk about? And isn't it great to be alive in Green Bay, Wisconsin? And Punk starts talking, and he's kind of digging in. And he just basically tells Cody that it's business. He's doing this because of business. So I'm like, all right, we're getting somewhere. Cody Rhodes, let Cody Rhodes retaliate. So Cody Rhodes comes back by saying that when Punk came back, he said he's not here to make friends. He's here to make money. So I'm like, all right, come on. We only got 4 minutes left in the show. Let's start throwing some heat at each other. And then they just go like, oh, you want to fight? We could do this right now. They take their vests off at the speed of a fucking molasses, just staring at each other like they want to have sex, and they begin to throw punches, and they end up brawling till the end of the show. God damn it! They almost had it. They were this close. They almost had it. They really did. I'm like, oh yes. And they said nope. Scrap everything we were just talking about. We're not gonna talk. We're just gonna fight. Like we haven't seen that 100 fucking million times in WWE. Like we haven't seen a brawl 1 million times. And the part that sucks about it is when WWE does brawls on the main roster, they look awful, horrible. Like there's 1 million security guards and they're barely touching each other. They break away from 50 people. Have you ever tried to break away from 3-4 people? It's impossible. It's never going to happen. I don't care if you're the best mixed martial artist or best WWE wrestler in the entire world. I don't care if you're 400 pounds ripped. You're not breaking away from 5-6 people. And they're throwing like pillow hands. If you want to see a real brawl, El Grande Americano versus that's a brawl. That looks like two people trying to kill each other, breaking each other's necks. And I'm so glad that hopefully when we get to SummerSlam, we get an interference and just break this match up. Hell, Randy, I didn't even predict this in my video, but I hope Randy Orton comes in or something. Blow this match up and just have it and get this feud done with because it feels so forced. Like they were trying to build this off of a live event show that happened. Like I'm all for live events. Work on their craft, show some wrestling, give shows to smaller crowds, and then they throw an accidental elbow by Cody Rhodes. Like I give a fuck. Like I care. Like that's gonna add to SummerSlam. Don't care about this feud. They absolutely ruined it. I thought they were gonna send it off good here on this show, but clearly not. So I'm agitated. Hopefully SummerSlam can be good. I'm praying because I've been building this up. I've been waiting for this weekend for a while. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow for night 1, Sunday for night 2. I'll be uploading those right after the show ends. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.